We're here with the head ball coach, Terry Horan, is about to start his 25th season at Concordia. Play Mayville State under the lights, lots to talk about, but let's first start about that year that you're about to enter, 25 years. Would you have ever thought at the beginning, when you took the job, 2001, that you'd be here in the year 25?
Yeah, crazy. No, I probably, I was drinking water through a fire hose at that juncture, wondering if I'd make it one season, right? Young, wet, behind the ears kind of deal, but obviously what a great place, and stability is something we always talk about now within our recruiting process. 3 head ball coaches in 85 years here. You don't see that anywhere.
What is the difference between Terry Horan 25 years ago when you stepped on the stage for the press conference as opposed to right now with Terry Horan?
I probably have calmed down quite a bit now. My players probably wouldn't say that because the first day of running scouts with scout cards kind of let me loose a little bit, but I've certainly have relaxed a lot more at times. I mean, I'm still a cross your T, dot your I kind of guy. But got a great staff around me, which has always been the case, but we have more of those guys now than we did when I first started. More guys in the office, which certainly helps in breaking down film and recruiting and a lot. And just the job has changed over time. Recruiting has certainly changed, but also fundraising too, and for your program. And but you know, when I look at it, I mean, X's and O's are X's and O's, and we've changed some things over the years in what we do, but people are pretty important, right? And that's, you know, that's something that I take a lot of pride in, is making sure that our young men are taken care of, and that they're getting a great experience through Cobber football.
Now let's look forward to the season. A couple things that you're going to have to, you know, in place. Number one, on offense, you're going to have to replace a 3-year starter, multiple all-conference, Cooper Matter quarterback.
Right.
How has things progressed as far as in that position, as well as other skill positions along the offensive front?
Right, yeah, so obviously, yeah, Cooper Madden, 3-year starter. That's not easy to replace. We certainly have a great quarterback room. We really like where we're at. Jersey Selzler has been named our starter. He brings back the most experience, transferred to us from Minnesota State University Moorhead. He's been behind Cooper the last 2 years, so he learned and he grew through that process. Obviously, Jake Pollock, our offensive coordinator, has a great relationship with all of our quarterbacks. And Jersey, you know, the biggest thing I think for Jersey to understand is he doesn't have to do this alone, right? He doesn't have to put the offense on his back. He's obviously a key part of it. Every quarterback is, but he just needs to distribute the football to playmakers and not do too much. He's got 10 really good guys around him and then some. So that's kind of the biggest message to Jersey.
And then offensive line, it'll probably be a strength this year for you guys on the offensive side. You return Sam Diozegi, all-region performer. You know, bring back a Jake Long, Angel Reese, those positions. You also have some new guys stepping in.
Yeah.
So a little bit about the offensive line.
Yeah, I really like our offensive line. I really do. We got good size, and they're athletic too with the big size. And you know, obviously back-to-back years with the freshman of the year and Angel Reyes, a kid out of Dasko High School in Minnesota, and then Jake Long, freshman of the year last year too, started every game for us. They're big, you know, they're 6'5", 6'6", 310, 320, so they're on the right side of our line. And then Sam Diozegi is our left guard, and he comes back with probably the most honors of the group, other than, you know, obviously a freshman player of the year is pretty sweet, but Sam, all region, all conference, first team. So, and Max Baumgartner's getting his first start, you know, highly recruited young man out of DGF High School. I actually coached his dad at Breckenridge High School back in the days, so go Cowboys. But Max is another good-sized kid on the left side and protects the backside. And then we have a freshman starting at center, but he's man-child, and Peter Hebert, the kid out of Chanhassen High School. He was one of our top recruits last year, and he was our first commitment, and he committed on that MEA break Wednesday night game that I drove down to, and he committed to me on the football field. And I had practice at 5 a.m. the next day, and I didn't sleep a wink that night. He was our number one get, and we were able to get him. Carter Okeson has had a great camp, and those two battle it out at center, but Carter's kind of that, that next guy here and there to do some good things. But I like where we're at on the offensive line.
Now let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball. You got to replace an All-American, just a tremendous not only player but person, in Colin Thompson. So how are things coming on the defensive line and also in the linebackers?
Good ask, because Colin obviously is a tough guy to replace, and he's actually coaching with us now, so we're excited for Colin. But Jay Springer, we're looking forward to him. He sat out pretty much all last year, got hurt in the opening game, but he's a big kid out of Arizona, captain, and he brings game experience to the forefront. Mason Swanson, another defensive end who's played a lot of football for us. I'm excited for him to kind of get his feet wet again, and linebacker play. When you've got a guy like Jaden Mousset, aka the Moose, and he is a player and probably one of our top defenders, that's for sure. And inside linebackers are solid. We got J.D. Sia, a young man out of Arizona who played as a freshman for us in some spots, but highly recruited kid out of Arizona. Then Kyle Magus, another dude for us from Osakis, his twin brother. Grant Magus is our tight end, and those two guys we recruited hard out of Osakis High School, and we moved Kyle down to the inside backer from the safety position because he's just so athletic and he's big. And our 3-4 teams, the inside, we go as our inside linebackers go, so we've got two dudes there, and that's been good. And then Ethan Larson, young man out of Barnesville, played a lot last year as a freshman. He's going to get the other outside linebacker spot. So we feel really good there.
Let's go to special teams. Same thing there. Recurring themes. You're going to have to replace four-year starter, multiple all-conference person in Damian Silas.
Damian Silas.
So he's now on the golf team.
Yeah,
so,
right. And he's helping us out coach too, so
yes.
We can't leave too much. But yes, Mitch Drewley. We have three really good kickers. Mitch Drewley, kid out of Norwood Young America, he's been in our camp, and he came in, and he's right now the most ready. So he is going to be doing our PAT field goal, our kickoffs, also our punting. We really like where we're at there. So he, we feel good. And obviously, four-year starter in Damian Silas, not easy to replace. And special teams plays such a pivotal role, and especially, in every game, but really in early games, and that'll be important. But he's excited for the challenge, and we're excited for him.
And let's talk a little bit about Mayville State kind of coming in. And you've always said one of your biggest cliches is the biggest change in a team is from the first game to second game.
Yeah.
And that's where Mayville State's going to be at. They played a team last week in Judson, came away with about 500 yards of rushing.
Yeah.
So what problems are they going to present to you guys?
Yeah, well, first of all, Rocky Larson has done a great job there. This is not a Mayville State of old. He's been there now. I think he was hired in 2020. He's in his sixth season. He's got a great staff. They've really worked the recruiting hard, and there's stability there now. They were going through coaches every other year. So Rocky's a D3 guy. He's coached at River Falls, D coordinator there. He was at La Crosse. Great guy. And they're running the triple option now. So obviously an offense that we ran for 18 years, we know how tough it is to defend, and we have our hands full. And you're right, week 1 to week 2, you make a lot of improvements, and they've had a scrimmage under their belt, they've got a game under their belt, and we're going into that first battle, and there's a lot of chaos into first battles, so we try to do the best we can in our practice to make sure that our practices are sound. But because defensively, defending that option, you got to be really disciplined, and you got to be assignment honed, and it's not easy to simulate, right? Your scouts, it's a lot to gulp because you just don't see it on a day-to-day basis, and we know exactly what that's like. So, and they're running it well. They got a very athletic quarterback, solid fullback, really good slots. They got good people up front. You're going to see tackles and 4-point stances getting off the football, and 500 yards of rushing is 500 yards of rushing. They were chewing up the clock, and that's a big thing. We've got to be able to handle that run and make them one-dimensional, and that's not going to be easy to do.
Finally, as we go forward, kind of a big game. First time ever under the lights for the Cobbers. So how has that energy and excitement been for the players and also for you and the coaching staff?
Yeah, a lot of obviously excitement, and I told the kids at the beginning of the week we want to keep the main thing, and that's the 60-minute football game. It doesn't matter if it's in a 90-degree day or a 65-degree under the lights day. But being under the lights is pretty special. Being the first game ever at the Jake under the lights. I mean, there's about 108 years of Cobber football. A lot of guys have worn the colors, and nobody has ever done this. So this is a first. But when you talk to a player, some of their favorite memories are the Friday night lights. So we're going to be able to give that experience. We got a whiteout theme going, and that's something that we pushed really, really early. Sold T-shirts. We got brand new white uniforms. I mean, this is just going to be a special day. Cobber Fest. They've moved the corn feed to a Cobber Fest. So I know we've got a lot of people coming back. We have a lot of alumni coming back. And we've got 5 former Cobber football greats that are going to be honored prior to the game, bringing out the game ball, and we're excited about that too.
Now, the biggest question I wanted to ask you is, Terry Horan's a creature of habit. How is this gonna affect the game day, since you've never had to prepare for a night game here at Concordia?
Yeah, that'll be a little different, right? We've played on the road with some night games, but you get stuck in your schedules, right? And football coaches are notorious for being pretty ritual with things, and you know me well. But we're going to get our team up in the morning. Obviously, we want to make sure we have a team breakfast and we're eating properly. And we'll do that about mid-morning. And then about 2:30, we'll have kind of a late lunch, early dinner. And then we go into our team chapel. So all that'll be normal. And then we have a big recruiting visit. We got 40 recruits coming in with families. So we'll have 120 families here total. And then it's just the pregame stuff, and once the pregame starts, it's game, and it'll be a little different being under the lights at home, but we're really under the lights every single day, and you're one that should know that, the fact that you live a block away, and at 5:30 in the morning those lights are on, and so we're getting that night experience at 5:30 in the morning, so that helps.
But personally for you, like, how are you going to be able to adapt? Because you're up early. Are you going to be able to make it through the end of the game there?
Well, my alarm clock goes off at 3:45 in the morning, and I don't even need the alarm clock because my body just wakes up. So I'm going to be up pretty early, right? And just try to enjoy it as much as possible. And I think over the years, when you ask, how have you changed? You just got to try to enjoy the moments, all right? They're not going to last forever. We all know that. But it's just the experiences, and this is going to be a great experience for everybody involved.
So good luck. I know the Cobber flag will be flying at the Horan household, so good luck on Saturday.
Appreciate you, thanks.
Yes. How does it feel to be Terry Horan's daughter?
It feels great. It feels so good.
That's good. How about if Terry Horan was quality control for the volleyball team? Think you'd like that?
I'd be quitting that.
Yeah, no, you won't. Faith won't allow that.